I have been waiting for this package for quite a while. For whatever reason, all the AliExpress packages arrived rather quickly, but this one been in transit for several weeks. Okay, here I supposed to have a mini ITX Supermicro motherboard with an Intel Xeon D CPU on board. The motherboard seems to be an ideal candidate for a home lab, NAS or some other device like that. Let's take it out of the box and see what it is like. The motherboard is used, so the packaging is not original, but the seller did pretty good job packing it rather safe. The box is much larger than the motherboard, and the motherboard is wrapped in several layers of this bubble wrap. I also have got this I/O shield, and I believe this is a new produced I/O shield, not the original one. And finally, here is the motherboard. As you can see, this is indeed a Supermicro mini ITX motherboard with an Intel Xeon CPU on board. I don't remember which exact model I bought, but if I remember correctly, this one is a 4-core 8-thread CPU. With 4 DDR4 memory slots with DDR4 ECC reg support, this could be an ideal NAS solution, because over here we have 6 SATA ports on board, we have an M.2 slot, a full-sized PCI Express X16 slot, and over here these two are supposed to be 10 Gb Ethernet adapters. This one is IPMI Ethernet port, 2 USB 3 ports, and VGA output for the IPMI. Unfortunately, we don't have more USB ports over here, which would be very welcomed. Over here we have a COM port header and a USB header, so we can have 2 extra USB 2 ports. I'm not quite sure what headers are these. Maybe we could get a couple more USB ports over here, but we have here 2 fan headers, and I believe this one is also 4-pin fan header. Yes, it is a 4-pin fan header, and over here another 4-pin fan header. Plus we have this Molex connector, and as far as I can tell from the Supermicro specification, this Molex connector is supplying SATA power, so you could power your SSDs or HDDs from this Molex connector instead of using your power supply. I also can see these 2 not really standard connectors, which I'm not entirely sure what they're for. I would have to check specification for that. In terms of power, we have the standard 24-pin and 4-pin for the CPU power, as this CPU is not very powerful. Okay, so that's pretty much all I can tell about this tiny mini ITX Supermicro motherboard, and I bought it for just a bit more than $200 and if the price remains like this and the motherboard actually works and we actually get 10 Gb Ethernet over here, then this could be a great deal for home NAS or even some sort of a small business NAS, as we can have lots of RAM for true NAS cache, and we have 6 SATA ports on board, we have fast Ethernet, so this PCI Express X16 could be used for some sort of a GPU for video encoding, decoding and other stuff. Also, this orange SATA port can be used for SATA disk on module elements, which takes power straight from the SATA port and doesn't require any extra power connectors. If you're interested in a detailed review of this motherboard, then please follow me on my main channel, it will be published there. This channel is only for unboxing and preview videos.